Kazakhstan and Germany are set to expand mutually beneficial cooperation. The countries have been cooperating in a variety of sectors for 27 years of the partnership. Kazakh and German enterprises established cooperation in agriculture, machine building, and alternative energy sectors. In order to continue enhancing beneficial cooperation, the countries have established an organization in Berlin, which will focus on developing economic and cultural ties between the two countries. German partners underline that stability and favorable investment environment make Kazakhstan attractive for foreign businesses. Germany has invested $8.5 billion in the Kazakh economy over the past years. 90% of the investments are aimed to develop manufacturing sector.
В конце прошлого года Министерство иностранных дел было наделено новыми функциями по привлечению инвестиций и координации экспорта.
At the end of the last year, Kazakhstan's foreign ministry was charged with new functions of attracting investments and coordinating export activities. Previously, Kazakhstan's first president instructed the government to attract investments from 3 countries such as the United States, Japan, and Germany. Therefore, it is great to know that there are platforms and social organizations involving German business people, which will allow us to expand the range of the business people that are willing to work in Kazakhstan.
Расширять круг подобных бизнесменов, которые хотели бы и могли бы приехать к нам в Казахстан работать.
Wirtschaftliche Zusammenarbeit zwischen Deutschland und Kasachstan hat sich die letzten Jahre.
Bilateral cooperation between Germany and Kazakhstan are developing well in the recent years. However, there are many sectors where we can deepen our relations, such as digital transformation, dual education, where Germany has an extensive experience. We want to promote Kazakhstan by arranging high-class events. With the help of our society, we will expand economic and cultural ties between the two countries.
Aktuell sind ungefähr 900 Joint Ventures.
SolarFest Kazakhstan International Business Festival will be held in Burabay on July 4th and 5th. The platform will bring together all solar industry stakeholders, investors, financial and research institutions, government agencies, and equipment manufacturers. The event participants will discuss important aspects of the industry, demonstrate specific cases of implemented solar energy projects, and present new support measures in the field. The organizers are hoping that the festival will allow developing new proposals and strategies on solar energy development in Kazakhstan and will also help provide required information about the industry to the market participants.
Не у всех участников рынка, и для чего нужна ассоциация, нет одинаковой информационного поля, да, чтобы...
Few stakeholders have access to the latest and most accurate information related to solar energy. This is why the Solar Energy Association was established. Even those who participate in auctions don't always know the details about the exact rules and support measures. The government provides a number of support tools in order to make renewable energy projects more cost-effective, such as the exemption from paying customs duties. At the moment, very few people know exactly what to do and where to find information.
Таможенных пошлин. У нас мало кто знает даже на сегодняшний день, что как это сделать, куда нужно пойти. То есть это все прозрачно, все работает.
The Kazakh government is focusing on developing renewable energy sector as the country is set to transition to green economy. Last year, the first renewable energy auction was held in Kazakhstan. The auction was designed to trade 1 gigawatt of electricity generated by solar, wind, and hydro power plants. 804 megawatts have already been distributed among the potential investors who committed to build power plants. The auctions were based on the system of tariff reduction. In total, we have achieved a good result on reduction of tariffs for solar energy, wind, and hydroelectric power plants. On average, the tariff reductions were estimated at nearly 30% for the solar energy plants and approximately 12% for the wind stations. Tariffs for solar electricity have decreased to 48%, and for wind and hydro energy, it went down nearly 25%. This year, in addition to zonal auctions, project auctions will be organized as well. This approach will reduce investment risks and labor costs at the initial stage. A 50-megawatt solar power plant will be built as a pilot project in the Turkestan region. The practice of project auctions will be implemented with the support of the United Nations Development Program.
В рамках этого
As part of this project auction, the pre-designed technical documents and proposals for installed capacity will be developed. Archaeological research, engineering and geological studies, as well as preliminary environmental impact assessment will be conducted according to the scheme of connecting the RES source to the network.
Предварительная оценка на воздействие на окружающую среду.
Experts believe that this kind of approach to implementing RES auctions is one of the best international practices, and this will strengthen the status of Kazakhstan as a country committed to principles of the green economy. The first wind power station was launched in the Mangostar region. The project, with participation of foreign and Kazakh investments, is estimated at almost 800 million tenge. The construction of the plant began in the autumn of 2017. Commissioning works are being continued. 3 wind power plants of German production are completely safe to use.
Все эти ветрогенераторы имеют возможность дистанционного управления. Дистанционное управление из любой...
All 3 wind generators can be remotely controlled from anywhere in the world using a smartphone or a control room. In any case, a dispatch scheme will be implemented here. Staff will be sitting here. The staff will work 24/7 year-round and observe the work of wind turbines.
И наблюдать за работой этих ветрогенераторов.
One of the machines is equipped with a system that allows blades to rotate during operation. The station is served by 12 specialists. Given the maximum speed of winds, the wind power station will be able to generate 7 to 13 million kilowatts per year.
Социальный эффект – это, конечно, самое главное, это тариф. За счет того, что себестоимость...
Of course, the most important thing is the tariff, which gives the social effect. The cost of this production and this electricity is much lower than the traditional one. That is why, after we supplied our electricity to the grid, the tariff will be much lower for the end consumer, since we only use the power of the wind.
Да, здесь используется только сила ветра. Ну и плюс сервисные, конечно, услуги.
6 projects are being implemented in the Aktobe region aimed at the development of alternative energy sources. The largest of them is a wind power plant with a capacity of 48 megawatts per year. The plant is being built in the Kargala region and will be put into operation at the end of this year. The local authorities say that this will have a favorable effect on the environmental situation and will contribute to the development of the green energy. In total, the region has a comprehensive plan for transitioning to modern technologies.
Когда нет ветра, солнечная батарея принимает энергию. Когда нет солнца...
When there's not enough solar power, then the wind generator will work and accumulate the energy. This electricity will be enough to power refrigerators, TVs, and all the equipment at home. This can be very helpful for farmers, especially those in the remote areas. These generators should be installed there.
Отдаленно в степи вот такие ветрогенераторы надо ставить.
By the end of the year, a new solar power plant with a capacity of 30 megawatts will be built in the Kozlorda region. For this purpose, an area of 164 hectares was allocated in the Zhalaghash district. The project is worth 19 billion tenge. Another plant with a capacity of 55 megawatts will be implemented over the next year. The similar power station is operating in the Zhambul region. This year, Kazakhstan is planning to launch 11 renewable energy facilities. Their total annual capacity is nearly 400 megawatts. They will produce approximately 2 billion kilowatt per hour of electricity. Kazakhstan is set to increase the share of renewable energy to 10% by 2030 and to 50% by 2050. Shoemakers of Almaty region are set to boost the domestic shoe manufacturing industry. Entrepreneur Tulepkhan Shora launched a small workshop 5 years ago with a capacity of only 50 pairs of shoes per year. At the moment, the enterprise produces up to 4,000 pairs of shoes per year. The shoemakers cut out and sew all the details manually. According to the entrepreneur, the products are in high demand. I purchased 8 tons of leather and soles last autumn. Also, I buy sheep leather in the town of Tekele. In the future, I'm planning to launch a large shoe manufacturing workshop and export the output abroad. The workshop makes shoes for all seasons. Ethnic style shoes are gaining more popularity in the recent years. Tulepkhan Shora also provides free training on making high-quality shoes. People from all regions of Kazakhstan come for the training. I have been working here for 3 years. We mostly fulfill custom orders. Our customers show us a shoe model and we make the replicas. Tulepkhan Shora's shoe production is waste-free, as the enterprise produces balls out of the leather wastes. Farmers of northern Kazakhstan are diversifying their products. This year, farmers are focusing on increasing yields of legumes and building exports. The region has launched the North Soy Program, which will allow the local farmers start growing soybeans. Croplands will be increased to 1.5 million hectares in the next 5 years.
Вот эта соя, которую мы закупили в Австрии, это очень хорошие семена. Это семена, которые как раз нужны для северных широт, таких как мы.
Anatoly Rafalsky has been researching about legumes. He has studied the experience of his colleagues in Canada, Austria and Russia. He has decided to allocate 5,000 hectares of his farmland for soybeans.
Это кардинально изменит экономику сельского хозяйства, потому что это высоко.
This will fundamentally change our business because soybeans are a highly profitable type of legume. China needs more than 90 million tons of soybeans annually. Russia also imports soybeans. Kazakhstan needs soybeans to feed livestock and for other needs. 70 to 80 kilograms of soy seeds are needed per hectare of land. The local farmers also made sure they are fully equipped to grow new legumes.
Она ложит удобрение глубже, не рядом с семьей, а глубже, чем расположено семя, и в стороне, со смещением. Вот это есть опция этой сеялки.
Today, soybeans are in great demand in the global market. They are widely used in the pharmacological, chemical and food industries. In addition, the crops enrich the soil with nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, which improve the fertility.
В дальнейшем планируют предусмотреть.
In the future, the local governments will consider subsidizing soybean farming. There are nearly 20 farms in the region and small producers who are starting to grow soybeans. These farms occupy the territory of around 200 to 500 hectares. The farming region accounts for 1/3 of the grain stock of the country. This year, North Kazakhstan farmers are using more than 4 million hectares of arable land. Kyrgyz farmers are focusing on developing ecotourism. There are a number of opportunities for tourists here. They can learn to milk a cow, feed horses, and spend time in the fresh air. Both foreign visitors and locals are welcome to experience all the delights of the farming life in the picturesque pastures of Kyrgyzstan. I am a city dweller and I grew up on the 5th floor in a city apartment. Imagine my feelings. These are vintage saddles, rare and antique household utensils, whips and a kamcha. These unique items that belonged to a shepherd a few centuries ago are the exhibits of the museum opened at one of these estates.
Содержание данного музея в плане экспонатов собиралось в течение последних лет.
It took us years to collect the items of the museum. Our friends and relatives supported the idea and contributed to the collection too. The sheep house is typical to every region of our republic. They started building these types of sheep houses in the 1960s. The sheep breeding is highly developed throughout the territory of the Kyrgyz Republic.
В годы овцеводство было очень развито по всей территории Кыргызской республики.
A collection of rare photographs is stored in the museum. Most importantly, they prove that cattle breeding in Kyrgyzstan has long been a leading sector of agriculture. This kind of vacation is a great opportunity for city residents to move away from the hustle and bustle of the city, spend time in the nature, engage in outdoor activities, and learn some new skills. Children can benefit greatly by spending time here and by learning to take care of animals and pets. Khudayar Khan's fortress in Kyrgyzstan is a historical site constructed between the 18th and 19th centuries, which has a potential to become a unique tourist attraction. The remaining walls of the fortress are located in the Batken region and are almost 300 meters long. The walls were built as a defense facility during the rule of the Kyrgyz Khan Khudayar. The top of the fortress provides a good view on all surrounding roads. Materials such as clay, stones and water were used in the construction of the wall. The fortress was destroyed in many sections and needs to be repaired.
Қарап тұрабыз, мынакей есептесек, дуалдың бүгінгі күнде сақталып қалған ауалы 2 метрде түзіп тұрады, тура.
Many sources contain distorted information as they indicate that the wall is 1 meter high. In fact, it was much higher. As you can see, the walls are currently more than 4 meters high. They were definitely much higher in the past.
келген қорғанның төбесін қанша жаңбыр жауды, қанша қар ерітіп düşürdü.
According to local residents, the wall should be repaired. There should also be a way to defend the historical site from natural disasters, they believe. Therefore, the residents spoke to the local government officials about these requests.
Барған сайын урап, баягы дуалдар бузулган жери бузулуп, кемтиген жери кемтип турат да ошо бойдон эле.
The walls are deteriorating every year. If we take certain actions in due time, we have an opportunity to preserve the ancient facility, which can then become another tourist attraction.
Бузулган, уралган жерлерди кайтадан баягы калыбына келтириш керек да. Анан туристтерди тартса болот.
An apricot garden was planted in the area of the fortress in the 1970s. The area's picturesque scenery and magnificent mountains can be seen from the garden. Winner of the Republican and international competition, 17-year-old Yevgeny Demidenko from Kazlorda developed a project aimed at airplane design and engineering. The development is based on a model of a well-known aircraft. The project has several advantages. This is a hybrid plane which is powered by electricity and fuel. Currently, there is an increased focus on environmental protection. I am set to create a plane that will minimize harm to the environment. The young man is planning to major in information technologies and apply his knowledge in Kazakhstan. At the moment, Yevgeny is working to create an alternative to a well-known website and a tool which is aimed to accelerate operation of online commercial networks. This project sparked interest among many people and Chinese companies in particular. However, I want my development to be noticed in Kazakhstan. If the project is successful in Kazakhstan, it can be promoted worldwide. I want to contribute to my country's development. I'm also working on several more projects. 2 years ago, Yevgeny Demidenko was named the winner of an international competition held in South Korea. 2 years ago, Yevgeny Demidenko was named the winner of an international competition held in South Korea. The developer won a golden medal for a 4D animation of biological processes. The school graduate from Kazlorda was invited to study in the world's top universities. However, Yevgeny wants to stay in Kazakhstan and set up a foundation for young inventors. The young inventor himself is also planning to build a company to promote 3D and 4D animation technologies. International Symposium will be held to mark Kazakh poet, writer and philosopher Abay Qudanbayulu's 175th birth anniversary in his hometown. Experts on Abay studies are planning to bring together scientists, public figures and writers from more than 30 countries, including Russia, the United States, South Korea and many others.
Қазақтың сыртқа алып шығатын паспорты ол Абай. Әлемдік феномен.
Abay's name is a brand for Kazakhstan. We need to let more people know that Abay is a global phenomenon. He was known as an educator during the Soviet times, but since Kazakhstan gained its independence, Abay should be known as a poet of the independent country. We should celebrate Abay's birth anniversary widely.
Ал енді біз тәуелсіздігімізді алғаннан кейін ойланып отырып қарасақ, Абайдың тойы міндетті түрде тойлану керек.
Kazakh President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev signed a decree on celebrating Abay Qudanbayulu's 175th birth anniversary. The full list of events will be compiled by July 1st. A special commission will oversee the celebration arrangements at the government level. Traditional Kazakh dwelling, the yurt has always carried a sacred meaning and great practical significance for the nomads of Central Asia. It was not just a subject of material culture of the Turks, but a symbol of peace and comfort. Women put a special meaning in every item of the yurt's interior. It was believed that each yurt should be decorated with 16 ribbons as well as tassels and a special rope tied to the dome of the yurt, Shangrak. The traditional style carpets, pompons, pattern mats and sirmak were essential parts of the yurt. Moreover, another most important element of the yurt was the patterned braid, baskur. Baskur is a patterned braid especially designed for the yurt. It is woven with multicolored threads. Baskur is important. It strengthens the yurt at the junction of the kirege and the wuk, the upper and lower parts of the yurt, respectively. Today, yurts are the main attributes of all national holidays in Kazakhstan. Master classes on how to set up a yurt are often organized for tourists in order to preserve the ancient tradition. In addition, there are many craftswomen in Kazakhstan who make traditional furniture. They gladly pass on their skills to the people who wish to learn.